The verdict in the case of former police officer Derek Chauvin may have been considered a turning point in the way cases involving police and abuse are perceived and then tried in court. How much impact will happen in Minnesota have on the rest of the nation? Well, the I-Team's Lolita Lopez has sat down with some folks who've spent decades representing victims of alleged police abuse as well as accused police officers.
We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty.
Local attorneys reflecting on the potential aftermath of former police officer Derek Chauvin's conviction for killing George Floyd.
Law enforcement is going to be reviewed from a perspective of whether the conduct is criminal in nature first, as opposed to necessarily justified.
Muna Busela has spent decades defending police officers accused of misconduct, crimes, and policy violations.
And I think there's going to be more reticence on the part of the officers to expose themselves to the possibility of losing their lives and being prosecuted for what they're doing on the street.
DeWitt Lacey is a civil rights attorney with years in court representing victims of alleged police abuse.
I think the opportunity exists for there to be reform.
Both attorneys say the Chauvin case shows the importance of video before and after an event from bystanders or police body-worn cameras.
So if a picture speaks 1,000 words, a video speaks 1,000,000. And I think the raw and unedited video is what should be released to the public.
I think video evidence is huge on both sides, for both the defense and for the prosecution. I think there's still a cause for editing. There could be privacy rights of somebody that was picked up on the video that hasn't given permission.
They both see changes moving forward from the rare instance of a police chief testifying against one of their own, given the right circumstances.
I can see it happening in LA, but just as the chief testified that he had a concern that use of force is forever going to be judged by this one instance, we have the same concern that all officers should not be judged by the acts of this one in this instance.
Another possible change, juries paying closer attention to actions by both defendants and the accused over things like appearance, reputation, or character.
Even though the person may not be perfect, should they be subjected to some harsh, unlawful treatment just because of that? I think the law's answer is clearly no.
Both say they plan to handle cases the same, but the Chauvin verdict could change the way jurors look at the evidence.
It sends a message that jurors aren't going to tolerate bad behavior as much as they had been in the past.
Each defendant has a right to a fair trial, and it should be based on his own facts and circumstances in his case, not tainted by public opinion.
Yeah, and another big factor in this that could change how cases of police misconduct are handled is the passing of new laws, including ones that deal with police immunity in civil cases. There is currently legislation pending both nationally and statewide. For the I-Team, Lolita Lopez, NBC4 News.